Yes, Kevin.
I want to see this movie, 12 Years a Slave.
Okay.
There's a woman in it who just gets beat up a lot. In that kind of extreme situation, so she goes and gets soap. Because she went to go get the soap, the guy tears her back up with a whip.
Okay.
How does she take responsibility for that? And what question is to be asked in that extreme situation?
Let me ask you a question. Are you asking whether she should take responsibility for the beating or responsibility for the attitude inside?
I'm asking, what would you say about that situation in relationship to process? So let's say she walked in here and sat down and joined the group.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she left here, she had to go back and live in that situation.
Okay.
When you speak of taking responsibility, how does that work?
I would speak to her about taking responsibility for hatred in herself. That's what I would take to her about taking responsibility for. And taking responsibility. If she gets beat up a lot, evidently she's making choices that is going to call for that in her environment. I'm not going to say to her, you shouldn't do that. I'm going to say to her, you choose, because I would choose, okay? Your responsibility is you take the you made the choice. You know that that's what they're going to do. So you can either stop doing that or continue to do that, knowing what the outcome is going to be. It's called freedom of choice. You can't take that away from me if I don't give it to you. Okay, I know I'm going to get beat up. All right, I'm going to do it. You going to beat me up? Okay, I get well, I'm going to do it again because I choose. So I'm taking the responsibility for my choices.
But the world doesn't seem to be that logical. My world. I'm using an extreme situation to ask about myself. So you say take responsibility. Or the actions that you do create.
Yes.
I can't say that they don't. I've seen more that they do than they don't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, things come from the side. So this person decides, okay, I won't do this for that to happen. But then it comes from this side because whatever you're dealing with, or whatever this character is dealing with, is not that straightforward. It's kind of convoluted in its motion. And the responsibility comes from where?
The responsibility is about the side of what I take inside. The responsibility is not about what somebody else is going to do to me. They are responsible for that. We're not talking about a physical action. We're talking about a psychological or a spiritual responsibility. And the only way I can have peace is to take responsibility. That's the only way.
And anger is not taking responsibility.
Anger comes from frustration of not being able to do something. Now, I can have that energy without the label of anger. And in taking that responsibility without the label of anger, I'm better equipped to deal with my situation. That doesn't mean I won't do harm to you. Because that energy comes up. I recognize what you're doing. But it gives me a clearer view. If I decide to do something to you, it gives me a clearer view of how to do it to you and to accept the responsibility. If I'm going to kill you, with that energy coming up, I know full well if I get caught after I kill you, I know full well what's going to happen. I accept that responsibility. I accept that. But today, you're going to die.
So, but the only choice in that is to live in it or die in it? Or in the extreme, that character looking at the life around that character, if the choice isn't to do what you just mentioned, then in taking responsibility, what are the choices? What choices open up? Or is the responsibility to sit there and to be in it?
Well, some of that is true, to sit there and to be in it, because if many had not, you would not be here, I would not be here. if they hadn't sat there and made the choice to take it until something else opened up.
Does taking responsibility open up more options?
Yes.
For example, is it as seamless as it appears or as it is portrayed? If that character takes the responsibility inside, will that character see more options in that environment?
Yes.
So does that mean that all those people that were in that situation, because they did not take responsibility, they did not see all of the other options open to them?
No. It doesn't say that any of them didn't see the options. It doesn't say that at all. Some do and some don't. Some took responsibility, some did not. See, now responsibility and blame are two different things. I take responsibility for who I am inside. That is what I must take responsibility for. And that means I have to deal with the things inside of me. Okay? I made a choice when I was young. Living in the South, seeing the things that I saw and being victim of the stuff that I saw. I made a choice. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not living under this. I'm going to go someplace else and I'm going to see some other things. Some people didn't. I look at some of my relatives who still live there, who still live with the attitude of hatred of the white people, who still have the attitude of smallness of their being. That was the choice they made. It's okay. It's no blame, no. They just didn't see something different. I saw something different. I chose something different. I still carried the hatred with me for a long time, until that night, until I finally took responsibility. I'm hateful because I carry hate. My life is screwed up because I carry hate. And I carry hate. That means, people were afraid of me. Not just white people, black people were afraid of me. My family was afraid of me. Everybody was afraid. They'd go like, there's something wrong with that guy. Okay? There's something wrong with him. And there was. You follow what I'm saying? It was there, but then at some point I had to make a choice. I had to take the responsibility. Wait a minute. The hate is in me. My life is screwed up because I carry hate. Because I carry hate. The things that I did to people. My first wife, I drove that woman crazy. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I did to another human being. Because I carried this hatred. That woman that deserved better than that. I beat a guy from 79th and Cottage Grove to 81st Street. Just beat him. I once beat a man so bad I thought he was going to die. And when I thought he was going to die, I became so angry because if he died, I couldn't beat him. So I backed up off of him, let him recover, and commenced to beating him again. I had to take responsibility for that anger inside of me. I mean, you hear what I carried with me and how carrying that with me shaped my life. I had to take responsibility.
But then now, you gave an example earlier about a clan leader.
Mm-hmm.
About if you carrying that and you go to that person and that person is just, where's the justice? Where is the where is the evidence of weight of lack of responsibility in the person's life who's doing it to you? It seems as though...
That's on them. That's on them. I have to straighten me up, but at the same time, I'm not going to take that. But I have to, in order to clear me, I have to take the responsibility for the things in me, because there's nothing someone outside of me can do about what's in me. Nothing. They have no magic tool to go inside me and change me. They have no. There's nothing they can do. Only I can do that. But at the same time, I don't have to fight you out of anger or hatred. I just have to fight you because you attacked me. And if you do that, I have to stop you. That's all it is. It's not about all these other things. It's about me righting me. They are still there. Okay.
See, is that story has bugged me ever since you said it 20 years ago, because I don't understand.
All she had left was her frustration, or take responsibility for her frustration and get over it for her own benefit. Because if you're looking for them to pay, he just showed you the absolute value. I'm not paying. You have only that choice to deal with it or not, to carry it with you. Not right or wrong of it. Doesn't matter. Right or wrong, all that doesn't matter. All that matters is what are you going to do about it. It's really that simple. Because when they're dead, or when they refuse, nope, not saying I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything. Now what? Freedom means I have a choice here. I have to choose to free myself from the anger, from the frustration. I do that, and I live my life. Someone once said the greatest revenge is to live your life. Go on and live your life against those who do things against you. The greatest, sweetest revenge is to live your life well. That's all you got. Okay, I'm a little tired enough for today, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace out.